But the opposition parties have never been very comfortable with the entire idea of election commission. If you remember the entire campaign which has been run by most opposition parties, particularly the Congress party, over EVMs, accusing the EC of being a stooge of the government. Well, now with the sudden resignation of Arun Goel, the opposition certainly feels emboldened, and that's where the politics began. Even as the government refused to comment on the entire issue, and the next meeting to select the election commissioner is going to take place either on 14th late evening or 15th, and present in that meeting will be leader of the opposition Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, the Prime Minister and a cabinet minister, which is a law minister in this case. But opposition parties have already taken the lead in telling the people that we told you so. Mamata Banerjee at the Brigade Ground rally in Kolkata thanked Arun Goel amidst the speculation that he had reservations about extra deployment of police forces in the backdrop of Sandesh Khali. She said at least he showed that spine, and I thank him for that. Similar questions have been raised by, say, the Congress party, the RJD and DMK as well. All of them are asking this explanation from the government. What was the pressure on Arun Goel that he had to resign? Why is it that the government remained silent? Just to step back in time, when Arun Goel suddenly resigned as a secretary in the government of India, and within a day or two he was appointed as election commissioner, eyebrows were raised. The matter was taken to the court in PIL, which was of course subsequently dismissed in August. But even the Supreme Court, in doing the hearing, made this remark that did Arun Goel know that he is going to be made the election commissioner? Is that the reason why he suddenly resigned? However, the case was dismissed. Arun Goel continued as election commissioner, and there have been many theories which have been out as to why he suddenly resigned. The resignation was also accepted ASAP by the President of India. One of the speculations was that he had a difference of opinion with the Chief Election Commissioner. In fact, when the entire team had gone to Kolkata, at that point of time, the information which had come out was that the EC had raised question marks from the state government and administration that what kind of security are they providing for. There would be additional deployment required during the Lok Sabha elections in Bengal, given the situation in Sandesh Khali. It is believed that Arun Goel refused to be a part of the press conference which was held by the Chief Election Commissioner, and that was an indication enough that things were not very good. And therefore, his sudden resignation has given ammunition to the opposition parties. Well, now all eyes are going to be on that meeting with the Prime Minister to select the next election commissioner. Already there is a case which is going on in Supreme Court, and this is regarding the manner of appointment of election commissioners. Remember, there has been a change in law in which is the Prime Minister, a cabinet minister and the leader of the opposition who will decide. According to the opposition parties, this is a 2:1 ratio where a differing or dissenting opinion of the leader of the opposition can always be overridden by the government. So what's the point of even having this meeting? That is what the objection they raised to as far as Arun Goel is concerned. So now when this meeting takes place, that's exactly the point which is again going to be raised by the opposition parties, that we attended but a dissenting note is never taken into account. Names are given to us last minute, we are expected to follow it, and therefore you have a subservient, pliant election commission. This will also embolden the opposition to make the point that we told you so. You cannot have free and fair democracy or elections under the same procedure which arbitrarily decides who is going to be the election commissioner. Clearly, the people who are considered to be friendly with the government are the ones who are appointed either as the CEC or the EC. But government sources have also been making the point that this is not the first time that this has happened. Prior to Session being the election commissioner, there was a single person who headed the EC and they decided a schedule. And therefore, the opposition parties are making an absolutely wrong point as far as this is concerned. Second, every time you raise a question mark over the EVMs, why don't you then raise question marks over an electoral result which may have benefited the opposition parties as well? Well, this is a debate which is never going to be ending in a hurry, and that's the reason why there's never going to be a closure on it. But there are important developments which are coming up ahead of the Lok Sabha schedule to be announced. Earlier, there was speculation that the schedule could be announced around 14th or 15th, but there's now likely to be a delay because this meeting is now going to take place not before the 15th of this month, which means once you appoint an election commissioner, that is when the schedule will be decided. But by now, a lot of points are begun to be scored by the opposition parties in attacking the BJP and the government. And question mark is already being raised over the entire electoral procedure and having a poll schedule which is going to benefit the BJP across the country and to the detriment of the opposition parties.